My name is Nora.
This is Nora.
This is Nora El Gheur. I am an artist, multidisciplinary, but I've been mainly focusing in wax and dye.
Yes. Sickening.
I started like drawing and making art in 2020.
Really?
Yeah, like I hadn't done anything before that. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, so like literally like March 2020 I was like, I guess I'll have a sketch pad because like what else am I gonna do?
Hey.
Do TikTok dances?
Yeah.
Shit. It's okay, sorry.
Not to always be bringing gender into this,
Please
but
do.
like decorative arts, like which are sometimes called craft, are very difficult and like take a whole lot more skill than like just like any art.
Yeah.
And it's usually women that are behind that. So craft is usually very repetitive and like uniform.
And so I kind of want to push the boundaries of like, what is a painting? What is viewed as a painting? What is going to be allowed in this like male painting space?
Yes.
And that happens to also include like the scale that I'm using a lot of the time.
Right.
And the imagery a lot of the time has to do with female bodies, the reference my body. It's all kind of about that inequity, and it's like pushing up against it and challenging it.
Yeah.
This is definitely my way of like understanding my thoughts and understanding who I am. Like I don't go into it thinking like this, like we said before, like this is what I want to present. I go into it like awaiting like the surprise of what's gonna happen at the end because I can't plan it.
I guess I kind of don't think about it, and I just go with how I'm feeling. A lot of my process is super intuitive, and I find the more I plan and think, the less it is actually cohesive. So like I really just allow myself to turn off my brain and make work, and the work ends up in one piece. And so that's what happened here.
It's like there's just like so much like grace and forgiveness that you like need to be an artist. I feel like once you give up that like judgment of is this good, is this bad, that's when actually like good stuff starts to happen.
Yeah.
It's hard work making things and not hating yourself.
Yes. Sickening.
As somebody who is a child of an immigrant, didn't really get to experience a lot of that culture growing up, but enough that it's like stuck somewhere in my brain.
That was something I was really afraid of actually in my art, was like because I'm not white and I'm Moroccan and I grew up Muslim, and I was like, please don't make my art about that, please don't make my art about that. But then I think I was so scared of it that I was avoiding it, and then that's what I actually did want to make my art about, because that is like such a huge part of my identity that like still confuses me. So now my art has a lot to do with my race and my culture.
I think a lot of it is like trying to shout out for people that can't shout out or never got the chance to shout out. And because of that, I feel like if I made it like this exclusive thing, I feel like that goes against everything what art is. Like art should be accessible for absolutely anybody, and anybody can be an artist, and like it just takes wanting to be.
Yes. Sickening.
I'm aware of this cycle where little girls are like traumatized and then they grow up too fast and then they become mothers, and then those mothers protect their little girls from trauma, which you can't, and then they grow up too fast, and it's like a cycle that I think has been going on for like thousands of years. I could trace it back like 3 generations, but then like realistically it could probably go back hundreds of generations.
Yeah. One of my favorite pieces that you did is, it was in the hallway. It's the one with like, it's really dark, but then there's the outline of all the people over like the dark blue. I love that piece so much.
That was about the protests on campus, because students were literally brutalized and that I felt like there was this like mass sense of like panic and anxiety and dread. And so I wanted that piece to like convey how it felt to be a part of something, even when that, but like, and also that something being so terrible.
Yeah.
This idea of like stubbornness, of like rebellion, of protest is very, very important to me, and I think very important to women, and I think very important to people of color. And I kind of fall in those categories, so it makes sense that would show up a lot.
I also love the one of the it's with the legs spread and the yellow.
Banana Pussy.
Yes. Is that the title?
No, it's Banana Split is the title. There's just like this like weird like pseudo power that has to do with dicks.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
It's disturbing.
I have a dick. I really love this artist named Hildegarda Bingen.
Yes, they brought.
Yeah, so you know, okay, love her.
Yeah.
She's from like I don't know, like the 1200s or something. But she had visions. Oh, I love when women have visions. It is like, it's just mental health issues, but it's like,
Yeah.
but I understand. And she just had visions, and like her vision of the universe, there's this beautiful painting she did. It is like a vulva. It's like straight up like just like a like vulva with like blue like thingies.
It's so beautiful. Actually.
And it's like those nuns were fucking.
Oh, and I know they were. They literally were in the coven.
And
like,
I know
God.
the sisters explored their bodies.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yes. Sickening.
One thing I really like about Gustav Klimt is the amount. So he is like such like a decorative artist.
Yeah.
Like it's all about these like decorations and details, which is normally a very feminine. Traditionally, like decoration has to do with textile, which has to do with women, which is like another reason why I love batik, because batik is like a fabric dyeing method and not a painting method. But like, so like reclaiming that in the sense that like this is like a women's craft, quote unquote, that is now going to be stretched like a fine art painting. There's like a lot of power in that, I think.
I like to be confused by art. I don't really like love to feel like I completely understand what's going on.
Right.
In my abstract work, there is figuration all the time, and in my figurative work, there is abstraction. I've been really liking how slow it is to read. Like, I don't want to give all the secrets away.
I think that like everything that I'm like dealing with sits with me no matter where I go, because that's just how like humans are. So I think that like when I turn off my brain, like dark things will come through, but it's like my subconscious, and it's not like a choice that I'm making.
And there's something really reflective about them, I think.
Yes.
Like, they're almost like mirrors. It's like the viewer, I don't know, for myself at least, the viewer is looking at all this chaos and this like, this jumbled up blah 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 blah. But then it's like I'm looking at myself. Like suddenly I'm looking at like nothing, and so all I can think of is myself. Because all I am is myself at the end of the day.
Right.
But sitting with that isn't very comfortable.
Right.
So it's uncomfortable, but it's alleviating. And it's stubborn, but it's serving the purpose. It's like the dichotomy kind of just
Not to inject the interviewer's personal opinion, but I do think that your strongest work is the work that is the least immediately understood, and that's something that you're clearly touching upon, and I think is true. That is objective fact, according to the interviewer. Hashtag brave. But anyway, it was really nice to talk to you, and I look forward to seeing your future work.
I look forward to seeing yours too. Thank you.